Welcome to Langmaster Global. Here, you can learn English by listening to short and interesting stories. What is your best summer holiday memory? Lost in Kobe. Last summer, my friend and I went to Kobe, Japan. We were exchange students living in Kyoto. It was a hot and sunny day, but it was our only free day in a week. We wanted to see the city, but we only had one day. We followed Google Maps, but then a huge hill blocked our way. We didn't know how to walk up or get around. Suddenly, a man with short black hair came up to us. He looked around 25 years old. We told him in Japanese, "We are lost. We want to go back to the city." He smiled and said, "Where are you going?" His English was not very good, but we could understand that. We wanted to see the museum, the famous Kobe City Museum. The man nodded. "Follow me, I will help you." We were a little scared, but had no choice. He took us to his house nearby. His mom was very sweet, with long dark hair and a gentle smile. She made us warm tea and gave us delicious snacks. Then, the man drove us up the hill in his clean, blue car. He dropped us near a museum we wanted to visit. He even went inside with us. We were at the museum for 2 hours. We took a picture with him. Oh, I forgot to mention, his name was Koneki. He was a college student, literature major, so he was very interested in the museum. At the end of the day, he drove us to a coffee shop. We bought him some ice cream as a gift. That day was amazing. If we said no, we would have missed so much fun. I think Japan is very safe and full of kind people. The smart dog in Hanoi. In 2018, I visited Hanoi, Vietnam, in the summer, and the city was full of old buildings with beautiful designs. One afternoon, I was walking down a street, the main street of the city. There were many vehicles, and the sound of people talking happily nearby. Suddenly, I saw a big dog. I believed he was a German Shepherd. He had shiny black and brown fur, and walked very confidently. The funny thing was, he was carrying a small handbag in his mouth. There was no owner near him. He looked like he was running errands alone, like a person with a plan. People around stopped and smiled. Some laughed quietly. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The dog walked like a human, proud and calm. He crossed the street carefully and stopped at a small cafe. I quickly took a picture of the dog. Now, every time I see the photo, I smile and laugh. That day, I learned that sometimes animals can be as funny and clever as people. They can make a city walk full of surprises. The smart ice cream. 2 years ago, I was traveling with my girlfriend to a beach for the summer holiday. It was a warm summer afternoon. The sun was shining brightly, and the streets were busy with people enjoying the day. We stood in line for ice cream at a small shop. The shop had colorful umbrellas and played soft music. While waiting, my girlfriend heard a man talking to a small boy. The man said, "You can have a free scoop if you take the ice cream without a cone." The boy looked surprised but smiled. He thought for a moment and looked to his mom. His mother looked at the ice cream man and he just smiled. "Don't worry, I mean it. Let's see what the kid can do." The boy then happily agreed to the challenge. Everyone in the line watched carefully. The boy pulled out his small napkin, and he used it as a holder in his hands. He walked carefully and confidently out of the shop. smiling proudly, without dropping a single drop. People around laughed and cheered softly. They admired how smart and careful he was. I remembered hearing a man said with a smile, "Kids are actually smarter than us adults." That moment was simple but made me feel happy. The Lost Sunglasses Adventure. This story happened last summer. I went on a holiday to a small seaside town. The sun was shining bright, and the sea was calm and blue. The weather was so perfect. I was with my girlfriend, Emily. She wore a light pink dress and a big sun hat. I wore my favorite sunglasses. As we were walking along the beach, suddenly, a strong wind blew. I closed my eyes to avoid the sand, and I felt sunglasses flew off my face. We looked everywhere. The beach was crowded, and many people were walking by. Emily helped me search, but the sunglasses were gone. Feeling sad, we sat down near a small ice cream cart. I ordered a cone of chocolate. Suddenly, a little boy ran past us, holding my sunglasses. He looked at me and said, "I saw these stuck behind your bag. I thought maybe you left them there on purpose, but you looked like you were looking for something." I laughed and said, "Well, actually, I was." He smiled and said, "So I picked them up for you." I was so happy and said, "Thank you, you are a real hero." Emily smiled and said, "Shall we buy you an ice cream?" But the boy refused. He said that his mom did not allow taking food from strangers. We laughed out loud. It's a pity that we could not award our little hero. The unexpected rain dance. I was in my first year at university. It was the beginning of the semester, and no one really knew each other yet. My classmates and I had a big group project. After finishing, we decided to take a summer trip together. It was our first time traveling as a team. The sun was shining, and the weather was warm. We arrived at a small village famous for its summer festival. People wore colorful clothes, and there were many food stalls and games. Suddenly, dark clouds covered the sky. It started to rain heavily. Everyone ran to find shelter. But Anna, one of our group, stood in the rain and started to dance. She wore a bright yellow raincoat and pink rubber boots. Anna laughed and said, "Come on, let's dance." At first, we were all shy and stayed under the roof. But then, one by one, people in our group started to join Anna. We laughed and danced together in the rain. The rain turned into a happy party. Even the festival music felt louder and more joyful. That day, we became closer friends. We learned that a little rain can bring big happiness and team spirit. The summer evening and the Fireflies. Years ago, I went to a small town for a holiday. I was there with my girlfriend, Lily. The weather was warm and calm. In the evening, we decided to take a walk in the park. The sun was setting slowly, painting the sky with orange and pink colors. As we walked, we saw many tiny fireflies lighting up the dark. They looked like little stars flying around us. Lily smiled and said, "Fireflies always remind me of magic." We stopped near a small pond. I held her hand gently. Suddenly, a firefly landed on her finger. She looked at it, surprised and happy. I looked into her eyes and said, "This moment feels like a dream." We stayed there quietly for a while, watching the fireflies dance in the night. Then, she laughed softly and said, "Summer evenings with you are the best." I felt very lucky. That night, I knew our love was something special.